Recording again. Recording in progress. All right, bro. Let's get the party started.
Let's do it.
Knock everything over. Cheers to coffee.
Cheers.
How's your morning been?
It's been decent. Just didn't do too much. Gonna do this podcast thing, then I got like some sort of job interview thing later over Zoom. Um, and yeah, brother.
Are you like a routine person or or do you go by the fly kind of more? Or,
Both.
yeah, got some routine.
Yeah, I've not been in my routine as much as I used to be. I've been like I haven't really gone to the gym in like over a month. Been working out a little bit here and there.
Yeah. So um let's catch up on sports. I've been watching the sports. I feel like we gotta talk about the Buzalis stuff. Buzalis.
What kind? Yeah, Bozales, yeah, he got drafted by the Bulls. Seems like it's a steal on paper because he was projected to be like number five pick, and somehow he fell all the way to number 11 or something like that, right? Number 11 to the Bulls. So that's a fucking on paper. That seems like a really good steal. I mean, he looks raw. I don't know how he's gonna pan out in the NBA. We'll see. Hopefully he's not like Andrushkavicius or anything, but I don't know. He's raw, like he's got lots of like skills, very talented for like 6'10", like plays like a Kevin Durant style, almost like he can handle the ball, can shoot. He's not necessarily like um yeah, he's like a 6'10" point guard vibe almost like so that'll be raw.
Yeah, I didn't even know he was drafted actually like that. I didn't look at the draft thing.
Yeah, he
Uh,
had number 11 and he was like supposed to be like number five. So it's very, I mean, it seems like a steal for the Bulls.
yeah, seems so young still. It's wild to watch. But
Yeah, I think he would have been like what, just finished his freshman year in college almost, but I think he was like playing in the G League instead to just like, focus on basketball, play against good competition, live
yeah,
that professional lifestyle for you. And yeah.
do you think he'll get a lot of playing time right away?
I mean, I hope so. I mean, if you're like a first round pick, you're usually like at that level where you do get playing time for sure. You're not riding bench,
Yeah,
if you're, yeah. So, yeah, maybe starting. If not, then definitely getting playing time off the bench. We'll see. It'll all depend on how good he is. If he's fucking good, dude, there's no reason to not get started. I feel like,
yeah.
yeah.
And the Bulls roster doesn't seem that strong right now, right? It's like it seems like it's all players. I don't know, like any
Yeah, I
of those.
haven't been watching really because fucking I don't remember. They haven't really been good to me since like I feel like since Derrick Rose was on that team.
Yeah,
But yeah, I don't think they're that good. I think they're just like maybe not the worst team in the NBA, but nothing good. So yeah, I definitely see that he could be coming in contributing. They just traded Alex Caruso for like some Josh Giddey buddy. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
yeah. That kind of sucks. I really like them.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Maybe they needed more offensive firepower.
He wasn't good on offense.
I mean, he's good. Alex Caruso is good overall, but I don't know. I don't know the reason for the trades. Yeah, maybe that other Alex Caruso is like known really good for his defense, but maybe that other buddy can like score more off the bench or starter or maybe made more sense with the contracts. I don't I don't even know, mate.
Hmm. Well, how do you feel about Bronny coming?
That's awesome, dude. I feel like that's awesome, dude. That's so cool. Like to have the opportunity to like be one of the greatest basketball players of all time, get to the end of your career, and then like your son is gonna play on a team with you. Like I don't think that's ever happened before, right? I mean, that sounds
I've only heard of like a coach situation, I think.
right. So that's I mean that's awesome for them as from like as a family perspective. It's great. I'm rooting for Bronny. We'll see how good he is. I mean, he's not. I don't think he's like super tall or anything, but he seems like he's athletic. So we'll see how he is. But it'll be interesting to see how does he ask LeBron for the ball? Does he say, "Daddy, pass me the ball"?
Dad.
How does that gonna work? That'll be interesting.
There's drama on the court.
LeBron asks for a trade in the mid season. Fuck off
Dad,
the
who do you think you are?
get this guy off the team.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
LeBron gets traded.
Yeah,
Ronnie becomes the GOAT.
yeah.
It's probably gonna be a good PR thing in like I guess in like his whole view of his career, like after Miami and everything. I mean, came back and won with Cleveland, so I feel like that kind of fixed it. But
Right. Yeah.
still in all, like he had some other flack for other stuff, but his people are probably gonna feel like love him more after like this kind of more wholesome thing, or
We'll see
remember
how
him
it
at
works
least.
out. I mean, maybe Bronny fucking will suck and I don't know. Maybe the whole team's gonna suck, dude. I don't even do the Lakers have anybody? Like they have LeBron, like they don't have any. I mean, they've been like always like getting eliminated and like the early in the playoffs, it seems like the last two, three seasons. They won that like COVID when COVID was happening, the bubble championship, and then after that, I feel like they've been just they've been like getting eliminated in the first round. Like, so I don't know. I don't think that having Bronny on your team is going to make too big of a difference from a basketball standpoint. We'll see.
Yeah, definitely not.
But it was just like a play for them to like fucking keep LeBron James.
Yeah,
For the Lakers, like, dude, it's like fucking, you don't really get Bronny, LeBron's out. You get him, you might have LeBron for 2 more years, you know? So
yeah,
for them, it was a like no brainer.
yeah. I mean, he is picking up 50 mil per year right now.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah, but whatever, whatever. So you follow more the Bears and stuff?
Yeah, I kind of like try to get it. I get usually more into football when it happens because like football is like a 16 game season, you know, and every single game like kind of matters, you know?
Yeah,
NBA, it's like, dude, it's such a long season, dude. I don't give a fuck, dude. Team could lose fucking 3, 4 games, and it's just like, but I did get into the NBA. I was so not into it for the last amount of years, and somehow I got into it like around these playoffs. So I was like watching Luka Doncic and the Western Conference Finals. I was watching like the Eastern Conference Finals.
did you
And
watch the finals? Finals?
I did watch the finals. I was rooting
Yeah,
for the Mavs, but
I
it,
tuned out after like game 2, 3.
yeah, yeah, I try to like fucking. I was rooting for a comeback, but
What do you
yeah.
think they're missing?
Well, they just fucking got Klay Thompson.
Yeah, that's gonna be big.
So, I mean, dude, they're fucking right there, bro. Like fucking competing for an NBA championship. They got Luka Doncic, they got Kyrie Irving, they got Klay Thompson. I mean, that's right there. Dirk Nowitzki was able to win a championship with a bunch of like talented veterans around him, you know? He was
Yeah,
like the last guy to win a championship without joining a super team until Giannis did it. Giannis was able to win a championship with the Bucks, you know? Before that, everyone had to like LeBron had to go to the Heat or had to come back to the Cavs. Like everyone had these super teams, you know?
yeah,
The Warriors had a super team, but the Warriors had a super team. They were winning championships without Kevin Durant, and they had a super team just like based off their drafting and like how good their organization was. They didn't
Yeah,
really to like, like fucking. So yeah, they had a dynasty. Steph Curry's talking about like, yeah, this might never be repeated. They were like competing for a championship like 10 out of the last 11 seasons or some shit like that, almost like they were like right there.
that's wild to think about.
Yeah.
Warriors are gonna be probably flush for a few years now, huh?
I have no idea, dude. Their organization's always good. It seems like they're always like making like some sort of move. Like Clay Thompson left, like I don't know, like fucking we'll see.
I guess they'll have money
Steph
to
Curry is still
fill that
very
in.
raw. Yeah, they just have like a good organization, like kind of like how the Spurs, like they're like now they got Victor Wembanyama, like who might be a once in a generation athlete. And then I'm sure they could build around him. And I think Greg Popovich is still coaching. And
Hmm.
just overall, that organization's been really good. So yeah,
Yeah. The Bulls on the other side haven't been a good organization in a way.
yeah, no, they had Michael Jordan and they won like 6 straight championships. And then they fucking sucked because their owner sucks. And then fucking they drafted Derrick Rose. They got lucky in a lottery. They were like a 10th team in the lottery, but they won the lottery and they got the first pick and they had D Rose and that was amazing. And then he was just he was too athletic for his own body or some shit. I don't even know what the fuck.
Yeah.
He was so fucking athletic.
I have a conspiracy about it.
And go for it.
So I think he got injured because he was eating too much candy.
Oh yeah? I don't know
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah. I just you know how I've been like on the carnivore train. And,
Yeah.
like I see people like lose a lot of inflammation. So obviously it's not the only thing, but I feel like it probably could have contributed to you know, being susceptible to injury.
Hey, who knows? Yeah.
Because he fixed his kind of diet and everything after that. He became like really professional.
Yeah, it was amazing. I did not believe that he would make a comeback because he just kept getting injured and injured and he was able to make a comeback and I'm just like so happy for him because it was
Yeah,
really sad at one point.
yeah. Doesn't he have two wives or something?
2 wives?
Yeah.
I think he might. I
Or is it
don't know.
just two baby mamas? I'm not sure.
It might be two baby mamas or something. I don't know, dude, but
Yeah,
yeah.
because I saw a post of like I think on like Easter or something, and people were posting on Twitter. They had what do they call a bunny, white bunny?
Yeah, and like the baby mamas were there together or something.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. People are like, oh, good for them. Yeah. Good co-parenting, not like when you end the marriage or whatever and you can't even talk to the other person, I guess. So
yeah.
that's good.
That's fucked up. But yeah,
You drink your coffee black.
right now, yeah, I've
You
been
like coffee, you like your women.
well, if we go buy coffee, then I have some more variety because I had some cream yesterday. I had a little bit of sugar.
Bro, I'd be having cappuccinos all the time because my coffee machine makes cappuccinos and it'll be like fucking like warm milk going into like fucking espresso shots or whatever, and just it makes me feel so fuzzy inside.
Yeah,
Like a
that's what
fucking
that's with milk or like a steamed cream or right
yeah.
cappuccino.
I use almond milk, but it's not like it's the regular kind, so I don't think it's like lots of sugars. When you get like the flavored kind, then it's like a lot of sugar, but it's still sugar, but
But it still makes it like frothy or whatever.
yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, I like variety, I guess. I'll have some dark, but then I'll crave sometimes like a piece of chocolate and to like contrast it, you know.
Like
But I like
Asian chicks. Are we
what they
talking
do
about
that.
there or talking about coffee?
I guess both because you tried to say I like my coffee
I feel
black.
like Asian chicks would be tea, some sort of tea. Like
Yeah, I like
tea with
chamomile sometimes.
Chamomile. Yeah, yeah, at night. Oh, dude, I like that like non-caffeine tea at night. Doesn't even have to be chamomile, but yeah, like something like that. Like, oh, it's just nice and relaxing, like a nice warm liquid. Iced coffee is cool, but I'm not like big on like the iced coffee thing. I'll have it every once in a while, like if I'm outside, like in a place buying it and it's hot, but it's like warm liquids inside of me, you know?
Yeah, I've always hated the concept of like fully iced stuff since I came to America. I was like, why is this fucking thing full of ice? It's like
Right. Like even like at McDonald's, like don't put an ice in my drink because I want more drink,
yeah,
more
yeah, but
ice.
a light ice is fine, but like don't put a bunch of
Yeah.
ice.
Yeah. I'm not taking a cold bath in my Sprite. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but a chamomile girl sounds like a good metaphor, I guess.
Right.
That's
What
a
kind of girl would that be? Like a chick on Xanax? A chick that just like fucking falling asleep.
uh that's funny. Well, I was thinking of an Asian girl, and now it doesn't even sound good. Like a
Maybe
Xanax girl.
a Asian girl on Xanax.
Xanax girl doesn't sound like she drinks chamomile.
No, chamomile. Yeah, okay. Asian girl that drinks chamomile. Yeah, like, hello, sir. I make tea for you. I was in
Isn't
China.
doesn't Xanax put you out? Like,
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Especially if you mix alcohol with it, bro, you're out. You're out like a light. It's like Xanax is like it's like a pill version of alcohol, basically. It's like a benzo.
see, so that would be like a girl drinking the purple drink or something.
Well, yeah, I think purple and all that. Yeah, that's like all of those things are like depressants, you know?
Hmm.
Yeah.
I don't do good with those.
Yeah. I don't know. What's weed? Weed's like weed's psychoactive. I don't even think weed falls into that category like
Yeah, it's more a
depressants.
stimulant. Definitely not a depressant.
Yeah, maybe it depends on like the strain, or it might just be more like a psychoactive substance because I don't think like yeah, I think it's more psychoactive, dude. It's like I mean, weed's not even a drug. It's a fucking plant. It's like mushrooms. They don't fall into depressant or stimulant. They're a fucking plant.
Yeah,
They're a fucking I mean, they're a natural growing thing, you know?
yeah, yeah. It's interesting. I guess. Yeah, it really depends on the strain.
Do
Like,
you
there's
see
that.
like text messages on my laptop when they come in?
No, I didn't hear it.
But does it show on my screen?
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
Like, there's a strain called Jack Herrera. Excuse me, and that's the one like I'm usually buying if I'm buying, because that one's like a stimulant as fuck and like also focused as fuck, and it's like popular amongst like I guess like war veterans and stuff.
Yeah, I've definitely smoked that strain of marijuana.
Yeah, so I really like that one. But like Blue Dream, I remember I really enjoyed in Colorado. So that one's like more like dreamy and like more like psychoactive for me, I guess. And you're like kind of dreamy in your head and creative. So that's cool too. But yeah, I guess you can pick on occasion.
Yeah, I don't blaze right now, but I remember, yeah, like fucking smoking like green crack or something at night, and it's like super sativa, dude. And I'm like literally like after I'm done smoking, like I feel wide awake, you know? Like
Yeah,
I came home and I'm like, dude, I want to clean my room almost type of vibe. But yeah.
yeah. I really like it for creative reasons.
Sativa? Are you talking
Yeah,
about? Or mix? Sativa?
sativa, yeah.
Sativa seems like it'd be great. Yeah. So what do you buy your weed at like a dispensary or not?
Yeah, for the most part. Sometimes if I have one friend has uh who has plugs,
What
and
kind
but
of
I
weed?
only pick up sativa.
Okay, you pick up sativa and like, do you usually know the percentage of THC in your marijuana?
No, I don't really look at the percentage. I don't
What are
really
you
care
smoking?
about that. I look at the strains and reviews from other people.
Are you smoking like joints usually or blunts or or fucking pens or bowls or
I was doing pens for a while. Bowls are nice for just like quick one.
yeah,
I really preferred the like I went to get on July 4th. They had a blunt, 2 gram blunt. So it's nice because you can just smoke it like a cigar and it goes out and you come back to it later.
that's
Like a
bullshit.
joints burn too fast. So that's my
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Joints are just a couple of puffs and yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, the pens are just kind of a convenience thing. I feel like they're not the best idea. It's just
Yeah, I don't
the
even know.
the high isn't the same and it's just like you can't really monitor yourself. Sometimes you're like, man, I just can keep hitting this because you don't feel like a proper hit or something.
Well, yeah, I don't even smoke really anymore, but I don't even know if I've smoked from a pen. But I hear like some people I know like that smoke weed, like some of these pens are like 90% THC. I don't, that would take me to the fucking moon. And I wonder if I would come back, you know? If I'd
Yeah,
come back, if
those
I'd come
are
back the same person.
yeah, those are I don't know. They're trippy and they're not as enjoyable.
Oh yeah, I remember like dabs were a thing. Remember that? Dabs?
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude. When I smoked that shit, dude, it was not even enjoyable, bro. It was fucking, you're just so fucking gone. Like, it's like, no.
Yeah.
It's like, no, this is not fucking enjoyable, bro. This is not
That's
fucking
that's like
fun.
for like a connoisseur that's like or like the person that smokes too much and then like they need a stronger hit,
Yeah, yeah. So
you
I
know.
would be smoking with a person like that a lot. So then you'd be like, oh, good job, bro. Dude, oh my God. I was addicted to weed for sure. Like my entire existence revolved around smoking weed. Fucking sad.
Yeah.
Literally nothing else in life mattered, just smoking weed. And then of course if alcohol was there, I'd do that and then other things, but
But don't you get like don't you
crave?
I mean after you smoke, what do you can't just be thinking I want to smoke again. Or do you?
No, but I'd be like, I'm just like retarded, bro. I'll get high, I'll be feel good, and then once I'm sober, if someone hits me up, I'll be, yep, yep, I'm coming out. Route, let's do it. Where you at? Whedon? On my way.
Yeah. Routing was the thing
Oh yeah.
in our early years. I feel like a lot of people just want to smoke just to get around people, you know, do the route thing or just smoke with someone, hang out.
I feels ya. I feels ya. What else? What else? Yeah. I like your style right now, dude. Jerry Springer hat. You got the
Bro,
fucking the the headphones, the long hair. It's Shark Week. It's your favorite week of the year.
have you watched any?
No, dude, I want to. Yeah, dude, yesterday I was Ubering and shit. Made like $118 in like 4 hours and something, 40 minutes.
That's decent.
I was like in Chinatown. I was in Inglewood. I was in another hood. I was in fucking Chicago somewhere. Went to
My
hang.
anxiety would be tripping out. I'd be like, man, after this, I'm going home if I went to
Yeah, that's what
Inglewood.
I just said. But then I'd be like, fuck it. I would overcome my resistance and press accept. No, that's how I am a lot, bro. Yeah, I get that anxiety from it. I even got anxiety and I was like thinking about like I took like an antidepressant once and I needed it at the time almost and it helped me. And I've been sober and I still get anxiety sometimes. And I thought about like taking an antidepressant and I got prescribed to it. And I took it for one day, Monday. And that was like, I feel like I told you about this, right?
Oh, when you were like, it was making you drowsy and shit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I took it for like one day and I was like, I was drowsy on it. lips or whatever, and there's like these side effects will go away eventually, but I'm like, I just don't feel like I need this. I'm sober like 6 years. I don't feel like I need it. I'll just do therapy and working out. And I'm even like, as stay sober and all this stuff, like I hear other people talk about like, like I heard Gabor Mate talking to like Russell Brand and stuff, right? Gabor Mate is like one of the renowned like addiction specialists in the world. And he talks about like, yeah, dude, even if you've dealt with like, addiction and stuff, he says it, but he's like where I go, like I go to AA, they're like, oh, you can't use like psychoactive drugs, so that'd be like marijuana, or even I guess, just according to some people. But it's like it's more about like what works for you, right? Or
Yeah.
like even other stuff. But I know of other people, I've heard of other people, or like even Gabor Mate saying like there's plant medicines. So maybe he means like ayahuasca, right? I mean, dude, that might be like fucking better than fucking taking an SSRI too. Like I don't know. I don't know. I
Yeah,
feel
it
like
could be more therapeutic because you kind of get it's like a lot down to perspective and like remembering, I guess, right? Or like,
yeah, yeah. So I could take an SSRI, and if I stuck with it, maybe there'd be benefits. But I'm like, I don't need this. I took it, and I remember it helped me at the time because like I was just like in a depression, and like it got me out of it. But then after a certain time, like I've taken it, I probably took it for like 6 months. I was just like, I don't know. I feel just like a fake happiness, like nothing. I don't know. It just felt okay, and I'm like, and then I got off of it, and then it felt better almost, and yeah. So I feel like I don't know. I don't need it right now.
huh.
I don't need it. But yeah, I feel like a lot of it has to do with like the last month I haven't been going to the gym, haven't been doing what I normally do. So I think that kind of affects it.
Yeah, it definitely
And
affects me. Like if I don't walk, if I don't get some
I've
sun,
been
if I
doing that. I've been doing that. Like I need to do that. Yeah, I'd be do that. But like I need to get back to the gym. I'm losing my mass. I'm becoming a little bitch. And
yeah. Have you ever tried Kratom?
no, I heard about it though. Yeah, some people talk about it.
Yeah,
What
you
is
should
that?
try that. That could be addicting for some people,
I don't even know if I want to.
but it
No,
is
seriously.
a herb. It's a plant from like
Yeah.
Asia,
Yeah.
and it's kind of they have it's similar to weed where it has like there's a stimulant one and one's more
Yeah.
sedative.
Yeah.
So, but it's kind of like relaxes your mind off of like the anxiety, and then
Yeah.
you're less focused on that. So then life feels a lot more just better. So I feel like it's an interesting option, but for me, it's been cannabis mostly because I feel like I'm the same person. Obviously, with too much or whatever, you could become like sleepy or too focused or whatever. But I still feel like I'm the same person. I'm just like even if I'm happy, I don't feel like a fake happiness.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh shit, I'm more focused. I'm more like laughing at stuff and I see more connections to stuff where I naturally already do. So it's like so I don't feel like a negative thing towards it for
Yeah.
the most part.
I feel that.
Yeah. I
That's
definitely have listened to a few of those Gabor Mate stuff.
I know. I like it sometimes. Yeah, he's good for sure.
Yeah. Have you read the I mean, listened to the podcast or read the books?
Yeah, yeah. I've read I think I read some of his books. At least I definitely have. What's that book that I read? Mm, I gotta Google this shit. It was like something Gabor Mate. Let me check. Dun, dun,
Because I
dun.
only listened to his podcast. I kind
Can
of
you
got
see
the
everything on
gist
my
what's it
screen when I'm
about.
looking? Oh, The Myth of Normal. Yeah, there's like new book. I read that book. Yeah.
What was it about?
I guess it was just like the myth of being normal. I don't even remember what it was about, honestly. It was like about like just like myths in like general, like how you should be or you shouldn't be, and like kind of like stuff to do with like addiction, I feel like, and like almost like societal expectations of like how,
Yeah.
stuff like I bet it was good. And then I was also in therapy, and my therapist was like talking about like she's like, "Oh, I would recommend you the book." I'm like, "Oh, I actually got it." So like we would kind of like talk about stuff through it. And yeah, I just figured I was doing therapy every other week right now. I'm gonna start doing it again every week, and I just need to get healthy for working out, like I'm sure if I had a job that would kind of help or like some sort of income because like at the end of the day like that kind of like affects your mental health. I feel like finances to a certain extent, right? If you have
Too, I feel
if
like that's almost 80%, to be honest.
yeah, because if you're like making money, bro, like you feel like, oh, maybe I can like move out of my parents' house or do that or do this. But when you're not, you're kind of like also like in a situation that like you kind of want to get out of, at my age at least,
Yeah.
So, but that's good that like I force myself or you force yourself to do some Uber sometimes, make some income. That's like a good way to side hustle. And yeah, brother, I've been taking 6 weeks off from comedy. So I was kind of thinking I was gonna do it yesterday, but it didn't work out. I just ended up driving Uber. So want to get back into it this week, bro. Just get back on that horse.
Yeah. Do
Maybe
you feel like that helps you with like overall everything? Because I feel like
I
for me, like that
do.
creativity like kind of heals most of the shit.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes, I'm a whole different person, dude. Comedy is so beneficial to me. It's so
Yeah.
much.
Because
So,
like, because like, for example, like my parents or whatever, the parents see like the good and the bad side, I guess, or even more of the bad side of you. And like, they'll think, oh, you're like you seem depressed or whatnot. You need, they start going into the shoulds, what you should
yes.
be doing and whatnot.
Yes.
And then you're like, I don't know, you can get trapped in that, and you're like, well, yeah, I need to do this and do that, but then
Yes.
but then you do something that you
Yes.
thought you should, and then it's like pointless.
Yes.
It's like for jobs, I had to like figure out
Yes.
that like I can't do a job that's where I'm not learning or like it's not contributing to like a larger vision I want. If it's like a dead end like thing or like it's interfering with my dreams, I can't really get into it.
Yeah.
But forgot what was my point really with that. But I feel
Yeah.
like the creativity really gets me into like you kind of start seeing like the what could realize or what could happen, and you like kind of come out of that like depressive shit. But like,
100%, dude. From my perspective, like whenever I do stand-up comedy and the more I do it, the less I give a fuck about like traditional shit, like a 9 to 5 job, or I stopped giving a fuck about like like you said, what you should be doing type of stuff, like what society expects from you. Cause like doing like something like creative or like unique, like comedies, like entertainment or like DJing entertainment or whatever. It's like a different path in life than like the traditional, like go to the office, sit there, and like I feel like the more I do that, like stand-up comedy shit, the less I'm like able to even pretend to try to be in this fucking made up world that isn't natural, bro. We're not fucking created to go live in a cubicle and sit there and like fucking yes, boss. Do, 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 do. Like, dude, come on, bro. That's why so many people like fucking need antidepressants or whatever and kind of shit. Even though I haven't been like in that environment right now, and I was like kind of like feeling like I need it. So I don't know. But like I said, like yeah, like as human beings, like dude, we're meant to like but evolutionarily, like we're created to like fucking hike, go hunt, gather, fucking be in a community of people, like a tribe. Like that's where like our DNA is like built around, like fucking our reward systems, not like fucking sending an email to Todd, like fucking. So that's like if I have a job like where it's like that, dude, at least I feel like outside of it, I pursue like what I need to do, like working out or whatever. Like I can't just go to a job and then like nothing. Like maybe one day, but then eventually I need to like work out or do jujitsu or do something to like balance it out. So yeah, but like I feel like getting like a job, like you said, like where it's not that like maybe like a remote job where it's sales and you're making decent money and then you could like work up to 10K a month or even do working for yourself like that. I think that could be like rewarding because you could like set up a lifestyle that you enjoy, you know? You could have
Yeah.
like income because you need income in the world in reality, right? To like
Yes.
fucking to pay bills, to pay for your shelter where you're living, right? For all that
Yeah.
stuff. But if it's like remote and it's like not dead end, you could create a lifestyle like fucking, like you said, like living in Colorado, working from a fucking, living in a cabin and fucking having Wi-Fi and like living a super cool life, you know, like you'd have to do stuff out the computer, but then in your free time, you could be like working out in nature, fucking burning a fire with like fucking, you know, like I don't know, with your daughter and like roasting marshmallows and like looking at the stars or something super cool like that, or like Texas or like Florida, but like even Chicago, but like I don't know, like I feel like yeah, like you said, like having a dead end job is definitely not fulfilling. Although I have done them, like, cause I mean, if it's there's money coming in, it's okay. But yeah, like a job like where you could build a lifestyle around is great. But other times, like fuck, some of these like normal trucking jobs are cool because I'm like, it's like so easy for me to do the job and I'm done. And it's like I have like mental energy to pursue my creative passions outside of the job too, you know? Like if you're
Yeah.
pursuing something and you have like a fucking job or you're like fucking a door guy or something, you could fucking pursue your dreams too because you're making some sort of income and it's like the job's not like mentally taxing you, you know, where you're not like fucking a computer scientist or some shit,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. That's a lot to,
Yes, sir.
to unpack, but yeah, I feel like I remember when I first started doing like dispatching jobs, trucking,
Yeah, yeah,
and like I could have probably been better off had I known where I want to go later. But
yeah.
since I didn't know where I want to go later, it all became like depression. I was like, this is sucking the life out of me. So I
Right,
kept going job to job to, whereas now I could probably see I could probably make better sense of it and like,
right.
do the job and pursue stuff.
Yeah.
But there is that line where you like, shit, like if like to a certain point, like I was like, you show up at certain jobs and they're like interviews and they see your resume and they're like, you got these gaps and like you're DJing and blah blah, and they're like, they can see that you're not gonna be here long, you're not
Yeah.
gonna be
Yeah.
committed. So it's like you don't want to waste their time, and they can also kind of smell it.
Yeah, that's true.
But but yeah, it's yeah, I don't know. It helps to get like to see other people like uh, see your perspective. Like that's why I think I watch a lot of podcasts. I was like, okay, I'm not a weirdo in this. Like there's other
All
people.
right. Yeah, that's I know. I love it. I love it.
Like I was listening to Ari a little bit, Ari Shafir on with Tucker Carlson, and I've heard a lot of these stories where they're like, man, I was broke for 10 years, but like
Yeah.
over the time, you become numb to it, and you're like, well, you can survive without like some of these things for a while. Obviously, it
Yeah.
can be tough, but like in the end, like it's kind of worth it to be a little resilient, also.
Facts.
Yeah,
Big dick energy.
yeah,
Gang.
gang, gang.
What about an OnlyFans? Have you considered doing OnlyFans?
um, like with a girl.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That'd be the best way.
uh, uh, I couldn't at this point. I think I've set myself on this what I want to do, and now I've got a daughter, so in a certain way, I look at how I would like her to look at it.
Good point. Good point. What if
Like,
it's like your face is blurred out with a like the face of like a great white shark, and then it's just your body, and then you're still making some sort of commission, and you're doing what you love, you know?
I don't know. I don't know if that's
I
what I
feel
want.
you. That is a completely different like point of view to see like once you have children, right? You have a daughter and like you're like in porn, I completely like see like that would not align with your values, right? That makes perfect fucking sense.
Yeah, and it's like I almost got into it, like in a way,
You're a savage.
but like at the end, like I was wrong for it. Looking back, and I've changed my mind about like relationships and what I want actually, being
What what
specific
what could you be more in depth with that?
with what.
Looking for specifically in relationship, like
Oh,
right now.
I've been exploring the topic of polygyny for a minute now.
Yeah, I was actually talking to someone today about like ethical non-monogamy.
Yeah, I've read about that and I was into that, but I lived through that and I don't agree with it. I think polygyny is the original way. Well, from my
Oh,
perspective.
ethical monogamy you don't agree with, but you agree with polygyny.
Yeah.
Can you go more into depth? What exactly is polygyny?
So polygyny would be like where it's also practiced in other countries, or it's one man and multiple wives.
Like in Arab countries or something.
Yeah, Arab, African countries, or like there's some people have concubines. Like Gracie family
Yeah,
had that also.
really, that would make sense. They had so much descendants.
Yeah, that's how.
They were building a fucking army of motherfucking wranglers.
Yeah, so like it's when you think about it, why do you think they like made it illegal? Not to be too conspiratorial, but yeah, it could make for a strong family, stronger tribes. Like when you think about it, we gotta outsource nannies, we gotta outsource teachers. But if you have a farm and you've got like multiple people, and it's not really just about like, oh, this like domestic life and like then it's a whole different thing. But
That's
yeah, I
a
lived
great dream to have.
what.
Like a farm of like five hot chicks, and you up and you're like, okay, 10 a.m. Brittany.
You could be a Mormon, I guess.
And you're like fucking 12 o'clock. Okay, Chloe. All right, lady, got burnt out for a little bit. Go harvest some bread. Okay. Caroline, I'm ready for you now.
Yeah,
It's all
this.
getting along, all five one. I mean, no, I have actually like listened to like those podcasts that you sent to me and like look into it. It's interesting. I mean, perspective. I mean, dude, it's all like it's all about like what works for you, right? If
Yeah,
you know, so I like that you're like exploring and what, hey, maybe that is the way for you. Who the fuck knows, Because people do say like monogamy isn't natural, so it's like it seems very difficult. But yeah, like what you're saying makes sense, polygamy, I guess, because it's a very good perspective from the male, I guess. Because if
yep,
it's like you're in an open relationship and the chick's having sex with other dudes, bro, I don't know if I could handle that. It's
yeah,
like
and I
that
think and I
up.
think the girls aren't supposed to handle that. Like, there's like some people say girls, like you saw that research thingy that's been popping up as like a meme of like girls gathering dudes DNA who they sleep with.
No, I don't know if I have.
So it's like that's been popping up, and it's like, well, that's kind of would be fucked up if you're like that's your, I don't know, she's gathering every dude's DNA.
Yeah, I don't know. That's why I wear condoms. So these hoes don't have my DNA.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, it's interesting
so
to like I've been a fool where I explored the ethical non-monogamy, and then I come to realize it's most of it kind of degenerate, and I was kind of becoming a degenerate in it because I kind of was disgusted with myself, and then I slowly started creeping into like I guess it's more like
are you
orderly, like
disgusted with yourself just based on the other people you were meeting in that space, the ethical non-monogamy space, or more just like, or more
who
just
are
like,
into that.
or more just like individual behaviors?
Say that one more time.
So was it like you were getting disgusted more with like how you were personally behaving in ethical non-monogamy, or was it more like more you were you more like finding other people that are in ethical non-monogamy and the people in it were just kind of like off-putting to you, or neither?
Um, both, I guess. I don't know.
Did you ever
In a
go to?
way, like you know how you get like a visceral reaction of like that's kind of disgusting.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Like
Yeah,
when
so it's like when you have that and it's like repeated, it's like, do I really want to practice this? Like,
oh,
is this am I
I know exactly what you mean, bro. I was like on Facebook dating, and this guy's like sending me like, do you want to fuck my girlfriend shit? And then he's like sending me images and videos of him fucking her. He's like, do you want this? I'm like, No. I read kind of don't. I don't want to smash a chick after I just seen another dude smashing a chick.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah,
so
like you said, like gross. I'm like, nah, this is kind of gross, dude.
yeah, so like some stuff like you kind of have to I feel like it's almost like it could be traumatizing and I feel like a lot of these people could be already traumatized and they try to like uh how do you say rationalize it, you know, make sense of it. It's like but in the end like I kept like looking further and like finding other people and then I was like, yeah, like the order of things just doesn't make sense and what comes out doesn't really seem good and these people have been practicing that have been practicing polygyny or whatever in African countries or Islam or whatever. They're kind of it's not that crazy. I think it's also like set a little bit by like biology, like
Well,
like women voting, for example. Like women shouldn't be voting, but it's like it's mostly because most women will just follow the man's politics. So it's like she's just, you know, she's just copying the man's
I
politics.
feel like a lot of these modern day women will disagree with you, Monte. They
Well,
cannot get.
there are probably there are some like smart women who get into politics and maybe make more sense, but for the most part, doesn't seem like it. I mean, they're usually just regurgitating like stuff that's like kind of like not really set in logic
Now,
and
say some very smart women get into politics. Are you specifically referring to Kamala Harris?
yes, see, she's not even like
Did you watch the Trump and Biden debate, or did you like at least watch the highlights?
I was watching a little bit of like
Oh my God, dude. This was the most interesting thing I've watched on TV all year. I loved it. I must be
yeah.
there, or this is maybe the most exciting time ever in politics. It probably is. Like we're like Joe Rogan would say, it's like it's so interesting. Like the year of 2024, like what's going on? Like, dude, like fucking we're right there, dude. Aliens are like right, dude. They're watching right now. They're like, should we interfere with these fucking idiots, dude? I mean, dude, Joe Biden, like fucking, I was laughing so hard, like he fucking like stopped like talking. He's like, and Medicare. Then
Yeah,
like,
it
hey,
was kind
that's
of funny.
bad. And then Trump's like, I don't even think you know what I just said. And it was like, wow.
Yeah, it's it's wild to watch. It's like theater or WWE. I've gone too many down too many rabbit holes lately where just like it's better to like view all that as like comedy because it's not healthy to get into politics like that.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah. I'm not, I, I haven't been getting into politics like that. Like I've stopped listening to Andy Frisella completely because this dude was just like, listen, I love the guy as an entrepreneur and everything and like the freedom stuff that he stands for, but like I stopped listening to it and I could be wrong, but I'm assuming he's still talking about the same shit he was talking about from 4 years ago. They took your rights away. Is he still talking about that? Do you still listen to this podcast sometimes?
Haven't for a minute, but I also kind of stopped for similar
I,
reasons because it
yeah,
kind
I
of
couldn't.
riles you up.
Yeah, bro, it's like this shit happened 4 years ago. Like, dude, I want to like fucking move on with my life and not fucking. Okay, great, dude. They fucking they shut down the economy 4 years ago. Like, are we still on? Like,
Well, yeah, I
can we
guess
move on?
he's just like I guess doubling down on his values. Like, but I
Yeah.
really like Owen Benjamin. Have you checked out the stuff at all?
I feel like I've heard of the guy.
Yeah, he got like thrown out of like the whole comedy world, and he like makes fun of Bert Kreischer
Is he
being a
black?
retard. No, he's white.
Or maybe I don't know him. I feel like I actually know a person with that name in real life. So I might have been mixing it. I'm serious. I might have been mixing it up with this guy. I don't know. I
Yeah,
think I have a
he's been a
Facebook friend.
big time. What?
I think I have a Facebook friend that's like Owen Benjamin or Ben Owen or some shit. I could be. Maybe I do know the guy. I don't know.
Yeah, he's funny and he's smart. And he got thrown out of like the whole industry. He got banned from PayPal, Airbnb, all of it. Like, and he was on Joe Rogan. You could look up the video where he took an edible on Joey Diaz, and like he literally was like out of it. And
No.
everyone in kind of in the industry, or at least that mainstream comedy, kind of labeled him as like he went crazy and etc. But like all he did really was like he called out some tranny stuff and he's like, that's not good. It's like grooming, and he got basically canceled from everywhere.
Mm,
And
I've
then
been
he had to
canceled.
go live in Idaho. And then he had to do comedy from Idaho and like build it up from like literally being independent, you know?
Okay.
But
Oh,
but
okay.
the
I'm seeing into this guy. Okay, okay.
but what I really like lately, he's been talking about, and he's been like uh, what's called JQing people years ago, where it's like telling people about like the Jewish powers and whatnot, like
Okay.
Kanye.
Right.
But like in the end, he was like, bro, like lately he's been calling them all the people out. He's like, if you just keep like talking about it, you're just becoming a victim to it. You know what I mean? Like you're not creating solutions. You're like giving that authority more authority when you're just blaming the whole time.
Mm.
So it's like similar, I guess, to like Andy Frisella constantly like, yelling
Yeah.
about day and
I was
them.
getting, I was like, yeah, I was like getting tired of it. I'm like, dude, I don't give a fuck about this shit. I don't want to hear complaining all the time, dude. I want to be entertained. Like I want to have fun podcasts. Depending, I
Yeah,
sometimes I'll learn from podcasts, but like yeah, like Fandy Frisella, I did like 75 hard. I did the whole Live Hard program. It was great for my mental discipline. But now like I tried doing it again, like when I was in college right now, like at this like around the winter time, and I did it for like I don't know how many days, like 7, 14, some shit like that. I don't even know. But for me, it's like it no longer serves me. I feel like being very rigid is not good for me. Like now that I want to do stand-up comedy and I love doing creativity, being very, very strict where like 2 workouts, read, eat this. It's not good for me for my creativity. And like I was like not sleeping. I was like, this is too much school, trying to do this, trying to do workout. I'm like, it no longer serves me. So I just stopped. And I just
yeah,
kind of like don't need it. But I do think like a lot of the stuff he talks about, like mental toughness, I do think that's like almost like a a perishable skill. Like if you don't keep refining it, it kind of goes away. So I do try to like test myself physically sometimes, like maybe do a long run or fucking whatever, do something very difficult.
yeah, yeah. That makes sense a lot. Like you gotta be, uh, yeah, you gotta take what you need from it and kind of like be able to step away. Like I was really like, I I was reading a lot of like Alex Hormozy stuff, and like, but at the end of the day, like I learned sales and stuff from him, and I learned marketing, and you learn psychology. But at the same time, like Andy or Alex, like you could, when you consider their lifestyle, like you don't want their lifestyle. You probably don't. Like I don't. Like I don't want to sit and write for 10 hours a day and, go to the gym for an hour and eat my,
Right.
dessert and call it a day and call
Yeah.
that my life. I don't care how many billions I'm making. Like I
Mhm.
need variety. I want my own kind of create my own life. So you got to take
That's
what you can from it.
That's true. Exactly. Exactly. Take what applies to you. You're not gonna exactly be them, but take some good and apply it to your own life.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, yeah. Like Owen was making like good points. So, like it's like when you keep like just blaming them and they and like you just become like more of a victim and like when he got canceled from everything, like he just had to come up with ways and he went to moved out to middle of the country, but now he's just like focused on like his community is great, like they all know each other. He's farming, he's got a little garden, he's got 4 kids, they're
That's awesome.
homeschooling. So
That's
it's
awesome.
like the thing that got in his way, he could have just blamed everybody and became really like just like a bitch, but instead he just kind of like turned it around and he's got direct fans and like he gets mail. And yeah, it's just like really really inspiring to see like what you can do with like even if like even if you don't fit like the mold or like you're not gonna fit the mainstream and shit.
That's facts.
Yeah.
You've been watching any soccer? Any football?
No.
You should,
No.
dude. I think other Netherlands is playing England right now, so started at 2. So, we could keep potting, but then once we're done, it'll be like halftime. It might be an interesting to watch this. The semifinals. No, is it? Or is it to go to the semifinals? Yeah, I think it's this. Hold on. France. I think it's the semifinals. Yeah, I think Spain beat France yesterday 2-1. So now whoever wins this, my prediction is Netherlands with kind of a little bit of an upset, nothing major. I think they're gonna win and it'll be Spain versus Netherlands in the
Hmm.
finals.
Spain versus Netherlands. I haven't seen the Netherlands play in a while. Do you know
Yeah,
anyone playing there?
they've been good this tournament, and Lithuania lost to Puerto Rico on second Olympics in a row. They have not qualified.
People are so mad about that.
Was Valenciunas not playing, I guess? I
No.
don't think he was playing so
Monte
much.
Yunus,
I was told Valenciunas wasn't playing because like he needs to play for the Wizards or some shit. So
Sabas was playing, but like they got cooked.
they got cooked. It wasn't even a close game in the finals. They lost by like over 10. And
Yeah.
yeah, so no Luka Doncic in the Olympics, no Lithuania. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still gonna like tune into some cool Olympic stuff. I like the Olympics. There's always some fun shit to watch.
I really like clutch moments. Like I'll watch final stuff, but like
Finals or like even like cool events, like some track and field is pretty cool to me.
yeah,
I think for Lithuania, let's say specifically, I think two, remember that guy Alekna, right? Like the
yeah,
greatest
yeah.
disc thrower? Two of his sons, I think, are like top-notch disc throwers.
No shit.
I think there's like even two really good disc throwers from Lithuania. I don't know if it's both his sons, but that I think that girl that swims is good.
Oh,
Uh,
she the Ruta girl.
Something like that.
Yeah,
Melute or whatever her name
yeah.
is.
She's swimming, huh?
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
good.
I think she just made like records last year, so
Exactly,
she should be
exactly,
up there.
exactly. So gymnastics is sometimes pretty cool, honestly. Like American gymnastics is raw, and then there's like always like I don't know if there might be like some Russian people that are competing like individually. China's always got good gymnastics because they got like a bunch of petite Asian people that have been they got like a factory of gymnasts, these kids just got like some of them are like almost like living like foster lives. They're just like put into gymnastics, from kids
Yeah,
and they're just like living that life all the time. Maybe even wrestling. I've always like wanted to check out some wrestling. That'd be pretty cool, I think.
yeah. Wrestling would be cool. They don't have a jiu-jitsu, do they? Huh?
In the Olympics, I do not think so. I don't
They
think so.
should, huh?
I don't know. No
No.
idea. I have no idea, man. I
Have you
BJ.
ever gotten into sports gambling?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I, I've been talking to this guy on Twitter. Um, cool stuff, but like,
Does he want you to join his Discord for a certain
yeah,
amount?
yeah.
Yeah, I just did that and lost like $150 in a week. I'm done.
I gotta send you this guy. Who is
Yeah,
this
it's just
guy that you follow?
coach.
He's a coach.
His name is like the coach or coach on Instagram. He's got a lot of followers. Like he's legit.
Uh,
It's like all these like lottos. So it's like they hit like once a week, once every 2 weeks, and they're like, ah, dude, and I was just throwing money. Overall, I've won money gambling like a little bit in my life, but like, nah, dude, fuck that. I don't want to like, I would love to hit it and win like 60K and move to Texas and not work, but it's like what it's like almost like when you go to play the lottery, like a lot of these bets. And overall,
yeah.
I won money when I just like bet on UFC by myself or like follow these other people online for free,
Hmm.
like Insiders Betting Digest. But yeah, no, 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 no. I was winning money by myself when I was placing bets on WNBA. I feel like that shit's pretty easy.
On WNBA.
Yeah, I feel like these chicks like are very consistent with their stats. Like what they statistically get is like what you can kind of bet onto them to get. I feel like I was betting like on this fantasy thing that Steve will do. It has called like Price Picks.
Mm,
And it was like more, it's like different like setup for betting. And I was like winning money with like betting on like Caitlin Clark and shit.
yeah. Are you like a? Do you like poker and shit? Blackjack?
Yeah, I haven't played in a while, but I do. I have not played blackjack ever in a casino, but it's not difficult. And I do like poker. And I went to the casino and won money with the help of this guy. Well, not really. I don't know. He's like kind of giving me money, but it's like, yeah, in like Rivers Casino, like we're doing like craps.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah. John Sursani, you know what I'm talking about?
I hear him playing it. Yeah.
Me and him, dude. I went to fucking the casino with this guy. Is fucking cool.
He's funny. I like him.
He's a character, dude, for sure.
I love him roasting people.
Oh my God, always, always. Yeah, I like fucking shit about dudes. It's funny. I mean, now he's like, oh, like he's like building his Instagram, like following influencer, and like he does like giveaways and trips and like gambling stuff. People that are in the gambling community. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
I've been considering more the sports gambling ever since, like, I've been having this feeling that NBA is kind of rigged. And then after this NBA finals, I was like, man, I think it's pretty rigged. And I was just like, man, if I'm gonna ever get into it, probably more, maybe I'll start betting on it or something.
What makes you say it's rigged after this NBA finals?
It's just the calls sometimes are just they just seem too like certain way at certain points.
Right, right. I get it, but also like the games weren't really close, so it's hard to
Yeah,
say.
yeah. Plus, then I saw some videos where like Shaq and then who else was it? Rasheed Wallace and another dude, some other big guy was talking about how they also believe it was like kind of rigged. So it's
Maybe.
like, and it's kind of easier to rig. Like you're not
Shaq
gonna
should be
rig.
the last one to complain about rigging because like I remember when there was like an actual case like with some refs that got like fucking thrown in jail or something, like do you remember that?
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
like NBA rigged games type of shit. And like one of the refs was like he like fucking he gave like I remember the Lakers beat the Kings. I didn't watch it like I was a kid, but they beat them in the Western Conference Finals, and the Kings were like so close to beating them, and like they gave the Lakers like 60 free throws or something, and the guy that was reffing was the guy that got like indicted in these gambling like fucking scandals,
yeah,
Donahue or whatever his name was.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
it gave the Lakers like 60 fucking free throws. So Shaq. So it was like pretty much like the fucking he was like betting on the Lakers or some shit like that, like whatever the thing was. So
yeah,
Shaq was the beneficiary of that shit one time, maybe.
yeah. He was saying about like one time, uh, Phil Jackson was like it was in the preseason, and Phil Jackson was saying like booked something hotels in like Indiana for like postseason playoffs, and he's like and he's like confused by it. But then he's like, when he the not the finals, the playoffs came, he's like, oh, okay, now it makes sense. Like I thought I knew something, but like,
Right.
yeah, it's probably hard to. I don't know. It's easier to rig probably in the NBA and stuff. Like it's you don't give a call to Doncic a couple times, and like the morale goes down pretty fast.
Right. Or like a lot of these like scandals. There was this really raw player in college. He was almost like a 6 year fucking senior or some shit. And it was like Arizona or something like that. And he used to point shave, so he'd be betting on the score. But he never lost games. He would just like try to like get the right points like in that point spread. So like sometimes he'd have an extra turnover here or there. And he got indicted on that, and that was like really bad. But it's
Right.
kind of like he wasn't really betting on him. It's like Pete Rose. I heard he was gambling. Like he's not in the MLB Hall of Fame. He's like one of the best baseball players, but he was like gambling on himself. But I don't think he was like gambling to lose, you know. So,
Mm.
but yeah, and
I
then
don't
like
know if I'd be opposed to gambling on yourself. It'd be kind of cool.
right, they used to let people like Floyd Mayweather was like you could bet on yourself to win in boxing. That used to be allowed. They stopped that. Like the Nevada Commission stopped that, but
Mm.
you were able to do that. Like Floyd Mayweather would just put a bunch of million on himself, you know?
Makes sense. Like when I play FIFA and I play for money, like it's so much more fun.
Oh yeah, for sure, dude. It makes it, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, bro.
Hell yeah. All right. Should we shut it down?
Ah, shit. We can if you wanna.
I don't know. You got more topics to cover, and I don't know if you want to go watch.
Yeah. I mean, we could wrap it up. I got 6 years of sobriety yesterday. What else is there to talk about?
Congratulations. I was
Thank
proud
you.
of you for not taking the smoke with me.
Right. Comedy's cool. What else is going on? It's July. It's July 10th.
Bro, gotta come to the comedy stuff with you. I
Oh,
want to watch.
we're gonna do wellness retreats. That's on the agenda, maybe.
Yeah, I gotta do some homework on find some places and then see the numbers and see how much we would need to charge and then see who would be interested.
Yeah.
I feel like a Michigan one could be, or like something close could be very doable.
Yeah, it'd be so dope. You got any plans? Well, yeah, we could wrap it up, but we could just talk a little bit extra. This doesn't have to be part of the podcast, but you got any plans like for the rest of the summer? Like any upcoming stuff?
No, no. I'm just trying to up my skills, do the podcast, do the DJ podcast, and try to come up with business to gain as much independence as possible to
Nice.
do more creative stuff as
We don't
possible.
actually have to upload like the end of this podcast, right? Or we're just like freebasing.
Up to you, man. I don't really care.
Okay, okay. For sure. Yeah, I'm pretty I think this was a very good podcast. I would watch and subscribe for sure.
Fuck yeah. We talked about some
We're gonna
outrageous
have
stuff.
we're gonna have to text each other to see what our goals are again. I feel like we could be accountability partners with like how are you doing towards your goals, remember?
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
Might be beneficial.
Yeah, we need to keep reminding ourselves.
Because I've
It's
never done that. I've done like stuff in my life where I've written down goals, but I never like stuck with like having someone you're accountable to. And I heard that like makes overall like percentage wise a difference maybe. So
yeah. I think
it's
when I hired Mark Lobliner to be my coach for bodybuilding, I think the real value was being accountable to someone because it was like I had to check in daily with what I'm eating and it's like
right.
you're proud of yourself, but the work wasn't. It's all my work. but like,
Yeah, yeah,
but like
yeah.
not being a bitch and like telling someone, hey, like here's what I did every day, and
Right.
it definitely helps.
Right shit.
Plus, you know that Dan Martell guy I repost
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah.
Yeah, I like that guy. He just reposted yesterday a story. He said he reviews his goals like 3 times a day.
Wow. I like the other guy that you were posting, like some old guy. I was watching his videos. I started liking all of them. He was cool. He got
Yeah,
into like, real estate or some shit.
yeah,
That guy was cool as fuck.
yeah. Need to get that negativity out the way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hell yeah, bro. You reading any books?
Mm, I think I've been listening to some Audible, but no, not really. I've been doing some Audible book. Been doing some spiritual, esoteric stuff.
Really? What can you tell me more about this?
Have you heard of Rudolf Steiner?
No, but he sounds like a fellow German of yours.
So he's a fellow. Yeah, but I don't know. He was into like spirituality, science, and and I get into these topics sometimes.
That's cool.
Yeah, I think um, it gives a different perspective of things. Where like I think we get like really up close to our material world, and how I've also been like I said before, with going down a little bit of degenerate ways in my fool ways. So then I started looking back into spirituality, because when I was meditating, when I was looking into spirituality, more better things were happening in my life. So
Yes, that's so true. That is so true.
yeah,
For me, I feel like I noticed a lot of better things were happening when I was meditating 40 minutes a day. But then at the same time, for me, 2 times a day, like 40 minutes was like almost like I felt like, I don't know, affected my sleep kind of. I almost felt like dissociative at times. So now I just try to like keep it to like one session of 20 minutes a day instead of two. But I did notice a lot of good shit was happening when I was meditating more. So I try to stick to that. Like, yeah, meditating, like spiritual shit, doing the next right thing, not
yeah.
pursuing pussy too much. But then sometimes when you don't pursue some,
Have you ever had like weird stuff happen because of meditating?
you said
Like
what? I thought is it meant to be or cemented?
no, have you had any weird stuff happen from
What do you mean?
meditating, or
I don't know. Like,
like
what do you,
do you meditate mostly for like focus, or do you ever try those like visualization and like manifesting shit?
I've done both, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. So I had a funny moment where like in Colorado, have you heard of that Vishen Likiani meditation? I think there's like a 5 step. It's like gratitude, then you visualize your day, and then like you spread good energy. So I was doing one of those. It's like 15, 20 minutes. I like the routine. And I was like visualizing, like I wanted, it's like, what do you really want? And I was like, man, I just really want my dog. And I don't remember, like, but I was like, I really want my dog here. And like literally, like the same day or next day is like my buddy who I was with over there, Paul, was like, yeah, my parents are coming with the dogs over here to Colorado. I was like, wow. Like, so it's like
Oh,
those
yeah.
moments kind of make me think of like, you kind of have to create some shit in your mind. You know what I mean?
Right, right, right. It's very, yeah, absolutely. Synchronicity and stuff like that.
Hell yeah. Are you reading anything?
I just got done reading a book and now I need to finish. I'm like some hundreds of pages in, I think, into like an autobiography on George Washington. So I need to bang that out.
No shit. What'd you learn?
It's what?
What'd you learn
About what? George
about
Washington?
Georgie?
Um,
That's funny. You're George too.
he was like 6'2". He's like 6'2" tall guy.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks he wore a wig, but he was just like, he might have been even a redhead, but he would just like powder his hair. Wasn't even a wig he was wearing. Uh, he was like not really like outspoken. he had fucked up teeth, but they got like fucking, I think he had like slave teeth on the bottom and like horse teeth on top or some shit.
Wow.
You learn about that if you go through like the tour. I heard Shane Ghost talk about it of like some shit like that.
Wow.
Um, had a wife, I guess. Oh, like he married a chick that like already had kids, and I don't think he had any kids of his own, which might be good because maybe he was just more focused on being like a founding father of the country, right? I
Yeah.
heard Joe Rogan, oh, I heard Joe Rogan talk about like how some of these founding fathers are like 18 years old and stuff. And
Yeah.
then have you listened to the Joe Rogan Terrence Howard podcast, the first one or the second
The,
one at all?
yeah. Yeah.
What do you think? Do you think gravity exists?
Actually, I've been getting into like the flat Earth stuff, so I'm interested into that stuff. Like,
Do you are you buying it?
which part?
The earth is flat.
Uh, I don't know if you could call it that. Like, I'm buying the idea that it could be it's like a flat plane, like a firmament. Like even I've gone down some rabbit holes, but like this one guy was really persuasive. I think it's called Dave, Flat Earth Dave or something. He
Oh,
was just on,
I've seen you like repost some of his content. It wasn't even
yeah,
like on earth, but it was just like that guy's content.
yeah, he was on Roseanne Bars,
Oh,
but
interesting. She seems like she'd be into conspiracy theories, really big. No,
yeah, yeah, she doesn't, she's into learning. Yeah,
doesn't fuck with the government. It seems like I like it.
yeah, yeah. She kind of paved her own way, but like there's some interesting stuff and like the facts with like all of NASA pictures being photoshopped. Um,
Right. Do you think they went to the moon or what?
um, no,
Right,
but at the
because
same time, I think like I could
how
be there. There
how
might be like portals or a space. I don't know, man. I have no idea. There's been a few things that I've been
I
uh,
feel
exploring about it, so I don't know which theory makes more sense. But like if we're in a firmament and the moon doesn't, I don't know if it's in the same
a light,
space. It's what?
like a light. Isn't that what they like kind of say? Like a lot of these flat earth people, like the moon's just lights. It's not even like a planet or something.
Some say it's like a fake planet where like they have stuff going on there. Because there's been like a bunch of abduction people
That's
that's
interesting.
yeah that they say that have been taken over there. Um,
Now that I might believe.
yeah, so but I also think and like the same guy Dave Flatter Dave says
Is that his
um
legal name? Is that his legal? Is that
Flat Earth Dave.
changing your name to Flat Earth Dave because you buy it because you're like so into Flat Earth, like Meta World Peace.
I like those names. Easy to remember. But I guess
Yeah,
Ron Artest is like easy too.
yeah, but no, dude. Ron Artest is a character. Modern day, our generation's Dennis Rodman.
Yeah. Even Tesla said I think it's a firmament unless it was a fake quote. But
Now, Tesla, was this guy like the smartest man to ever live?
it seems like it. Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
fascinating.
Yeah. It's it's a lot to explore, I guess. But I don't know. I don't know. I keep an open mind, on things. Like I try not to be set on things and I try to keep in mind of like what makes sense like with new information. Like I try to tap in or like, sense
I
into
feel
it.
it.
Like if I'm getting like weird vibes and like something's off in my body, then I'm like, okay, I need to make more sense of this. I'm not gonna like have any convictions.
I feel you, dude.
Yeah.
I got into aliens one time, and I tried to summon them in my backyard.
Are you serious?
Swear to God,
The
I,
fuck? How?
I don't even remember. I think I had like some sort of like whistle or some shit or oh no. It was like no, it
You
was
had
not a
a
whistle.
fucking
No. Here's what happened.
alien whistle.
So I listened to this guy. It was like called like fucking. It was very interesting. I got into his documentaries. It was like during COVID and shit. It was like
Stephen Greer.
yes.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
was like what was it? What are his movies called? Like Encounters of the Fifth Kind, some shit like right? Encounters
Mhm.
of the something kind.
Did you see this podcast with TBD, Patrick Bet David?
No. But dude, I was really into this shit. I was like watching all this stuff, and then like there was like a course or something, I don't even know, where you get like some sort of noises on your phone and you could sit down and you like learn and you got can summon aliens, dude. And I started doing it one night, bro. So weird, dude. And like when I get obsessed with aliens, I don't sleep. I don't know what the fuck happens, so I can't do it. But I was like trying to summon them in my backyard, dude. Bro, Bro, there's like right. So next to me, one of the neighbors have like a light that turns on in their backyard, like a fucking, like a bright light. Bro, this light was starting and flashing, dude. Their fucking dogs are barking. My mom called me. She's like, whatever you're doing, you need to stop because the dog keeps barking nonstop. And I was like, and I didn't get to the aliens part. I just stopped at it because I was like affecting the neighborhood.
You probably gotta go out in the nature to do that
I
shit.
gotta do this in Iowa in like a cornfield or some shit. So I'd be down to do it again with some people because I do jujitsu with this guy and he's like very cool, like funny. He's like interesting. He's kind of like you in a way. He like believes like, dude, he's like he the earth is flat and all this stuff. And he's like he's like, I don't even know. I don't know. It's like hard to tell if he's joking or serious sometimes. I'm like, yeah, dude, I try to summon aliens like that. It's like, oh yeah, no, I did that in Arizona. No, it's real. Like, yeah, with lasers and stuff. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, what do you think about the Earth is flat? He's like, what do you mean? It is flat. Like, and he'll just like go into it. So he's awesome. He's awesome guy. So yeah,
He manifested somewhere.
I think he went like with like an official like person like with that like does that for a living, like where they like because like even like Stephen Greer does that type of stuff, like where people like they go to like the desert somewhere, like fucking Joshua Tree or whatever, some shit like that, and they do
Yeah.
that stuff. And like apparently you could see like extra like UFOs and shit. So
Yeah,
I
that
mean, dude, I remember when I was like I got really high in high school with my buddy and some girls, and like we got up, we're talking about aliens and like watching alien videos, and we're just getting stupid bake in some person's driveway. I felt the presence of aliens. Like, so aliens could be like in a different dimension. That's how I was feeling it at the time. And like, and then I will not lie to you. I mean, it could have been like a fucking government thing, but one time I was driving sober from like after a Chalk game from the Lithuanian Center they were towards my house, towards Willowbrook. So like on Archer, and like there's like a clear path you could see, and I saw like a UFO or some shit. It was like something that was like flying like this. It was like flying, and just started doing this, and choom.
wow.
It's like three lights too. And this was like right around the time when the government started talking about UFOs, and like everybody was like pushing on Facebook, saw a UFO somewhere, saw a UFO. Like people were talking about it nonstop. And like right around that time, I feel like I saw a UFO. So I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was government or whatever, but who knows? Could have been a drone. I don't fucking know. I feel
Wow.
like this could fly like that, right?
Yeah. I mean, I believe in that stuff. Like, it makes a lot of sense, especially with all the stuff they've been trying to hide. And
Mm.
but I remember the first time I heard the like a one of those really earlier Joe Rogan podcasts, and he had Stephen Greer on,
Oh,
and
he's been on it?
yeah, I feel like Joe Rogan kind of tiptoes, like he kind of pushes the line, and then once he realizes he can't go past certain lines, he stops.
Yeah,
But
I think it's Stephen Greer. Maybe it was not this guy. Hold on, I'll tell you if the yeah, keep going. Sorry.
so yeah, I remember him talking about those things, and I was like, that was like I was probably like 18, 19 then,
Yeah,
or
Stephen
maybe
Greer's the guy for sure. Yeah.
yeah, is that him?
That's the guy that yeah, that's the guy that I was like watching his documentaries and like yeah, but like tried to summon the aliens. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, he's an interesting guy. You got to check out the podcast with Patrick Bet David. They got pretty down
But
detailed.
before I interrupted you, what were you talking about in high school? You're doing stuff?
I was just watching that. watching or like first learning about like the idea of aliens, UFOs, and he was talking about it on Joe Rogan. And I remember literally like one of those things you don't forget. I was just like, I started to get so creeped out by like, because it's kind of like shatters your mind. You're like, well, shit.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
yeah.
Everything
So
you've
it's
been told
like,
is a lie.
what?
Everything you've been told is a lie.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how it felt. I was like, man, like, yeah, these energies and whatnot. It, it's so trippy, but yeah, that's how you get more into other stuff and like flat Earth and blah blah blah. And then there's just so much I feel like to be. That's just oh, do you want to hear another interesting one?
Yeah, yeah. I feel
This
like we got more time to keep the potty going.
dude,
Keep
this Michael Jacko guy on Rumble. He's a former Navy SEAL,
yeah.
and he's like an intuitive guy. He's like he knows how to do. Have you heard of what's that thing called? Remote viewing. Have you heard of
What's it
that?
called? What's it called
Remote
again?
viewing.
Um,
It's when you can
like when
like
you're looking down
be in
at
certain
yourself.
places, like by
Wow.
meditating and stuff.
Yeah, he could like teleport and shit.
Not literally, but I guess you can see into like
Like he
spaces
could
and
like
like.
he could be very meditative and he's like, I'm in Rio de Janeiro right now looking. I'm
Yeah.
Oh, seriously, I see some people here and there's some tourists and I see that lady, that stands like that. Yeah. So maybe I hear you.
But anyways, so he has some interesting conspiracy people on, or whatever, truthers and all kinds of people.
Conspiracy fact people.
Yeah. But this one guy he just had on that was interesting. This guy lives in like the Vancouver side, like northern Vancouver, woods area, and he's been a hunter for like 20, 30, 40 years. And he says, and there's a lot of these people that confirm this even in America and over there of freaking, what are those? Bigfoot?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. He
Yeah,
says
there's people that are into that.
those
That's
people communicate with him. And he thinks they're like actual people, more like, and not really like dumb Bigfoot. And he thinks they teleport in and out because, yeah, that's how he explains it. But it was pretty interesting because it made a lot of sense in a way. But you got to check that out if you like conspiracies.
that's awesome. Yeah, I do kind of like conspiracies, but I can't get into them too much because I'm just like, dude, I'll be fucking. I already have mental health issues, dude. I'll be, dude. I'm already like, I feel like I already have like a thin grasp on reality, bro. That's why I don't know if like for me, like, I don't know what would happen with like DMT. I already have like a fucking, I don't know.
You
I
ever
don't know.
try it?
DMT, no, I did not. I did shrooms. I did LSD.
Dude, I didn't like LSD.
Bro, I drove my car on LSD, so it was probably not the best environment for a LSD trip. I drove it through a park, I think, in Chicago.
Through a park? Why would you do that?
I don't know, dude. I was tripping.
Seemed like a good idea.
Or maybe it didn't happen, dude. This could be all fucking imagined LSD trip. I don't fucking know. But I was
Bro,
definitely driving, I think. I
yeah.
don't know. Yeah.
Shrooms are dope.
Shrooms are dope. I did them in my room and I was just like, dude, I felt connected with everyone at once. Then I kept looking at the mirror. Then I was like, I'm not flexible, but I was able to touch my toes with my feet straight somehow. So I must have been tripping balls. And yeah, dude, I only did it once. Yeah, brother. Yeah, man.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we explored a lot of topics. Let's
This
get
is
back to making our millions.
this is my
And
favorite potty. This is my favorite potty so far.
yeah,
It's my
I
personal
felt
favorite.
like it was gonna be a good one.
I didn't even expect it to be like this. It was very, it was like It was, I feel like we touched different topics than what we've been talking about every single time. We've just been like, I feel like we've had the same da da da. Now I feel like this was a little bit diverse conversation.
Kind of accent was that, bro?
Italian, part Italian.
Part Italian.
I'm like 3% Italian, yeah.
Are you?
Yeah, like on my great grandfather's Sergio side. No, I
No
don't
shit.
know. I've never I've never looked into it. I don't know. But I might be.
Have you ever done those to
Oh, have
anyone?
you? Have you?
No. I'm
You're like,
curious, but I don't want to send my DNA to the Jews.
right. You're probably like
Did
you're
I, and then I find out I'm a Jew because I don't know my dad's side at all.
you're probably like 5% Viking. Oh, dude. I mean, Jewish isn't even like, isn't Jewish like a religion? It's not even a fucking ethnicity.
Yeah, well, there is some Ashkenazi or whatever.
Yeah.
That's I think that's I don't know, middle of Europe somewhere. That's race.
Right. Right. Maybe. Maybe.
But most of those in Israel aren't Jews. Yeah, that's true. They're like Polish,
Right.
Hungarian.
Yeah.
But I would like to check it out. Do you know both of your parents' sides, like history, ancestry?
Nah. Just know my grandpa and grandma and stuff like that. Nothing. Nothing,
Lithuanians?
nothing, no deep research, it's like 100
Yeah.
years from after your death, no one will give a fuck about you type shit. It's
Yeah.
very true.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why we got this amazing life to explore while we're
Explore.
here.
Exactly. Truth seeking.
Yeah. Did you have any plan for the summer?
Mm, no, no official plans, dude. Just fucking main priority, I guess, and main problem is I just gotta figure out my finances and then I open up myself to more freedom.
Yeah.
To potentially move out would be like a goal of mine, or go to Texas to do some stand up. Like, like I would love to have like a month or 6 months or 3 months of just like Austin, Texas, and just like really going hard because you could do like 4 sets a night and like the best comedy scene in the world right now.
Mhm.
And just like if I went there, dude, and I'll just be on a different level than like, than where I am now, I guess.
Yeah, definitely gotta go where the fish are at, huh?
Yeah, I mean, just overall, yeah, they're like it's the best scene. There's like potential to like get on Kill Tony and like explode. There's fucking Red Band's room, like and just overall, like I
Red
went
Band
there
has a
before
room?
the membership opened, so this was like last year. And it's already dope. So now I heard there's like fucking like literally like comedy club right by there. Another one, another. So you could do just like four comedy clubs. Boom, one, second, third, fourth, like in a close area. Like that would you can't that'd be unreal. Like that'd be so dope.
Did those pay or no?
No, but if you're doing really good, I mean, eventually someone will discover you if you're good enough, I think.
Yeah, and then you can collaborate with other, I guess,
And
comedians
you
there,
could,
right?
yeah, collaborate, make money. Maybe you're good enough and you get in with like someone that's like known and maybe they take you on tour with them or whatever, dude. Somehow.
Have you
There's,
thought about like how would you like a tour life?
how would I like the tour life?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'd have to experience it really to know the reality of it, I think.
Like if you had
I
if you
mean,
were
dude, tour life is nothing crazy, isn't it? Like you're going from city to city, but like you're there on the weekends, so no one's watching really. I mean, are people coming to shows on a Monday, Tuesday? It's mostly like a weekends thing for like
yeah,
a lot of them. So you're in a city on the weekend, then you might be home, and then you're in a city on a weekend.
yeah,
I
but
mean,
if you had to travel nonstop without coming home for like months, you'd be able to do that.
I don't know. I'd have to,
That'd be adventure though, huh?
yeah, I'd have to experience it, dude.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily have to book yourself up to where you have to travel for months. Like I said, like you could do like what Joe Rogan does, like you're fucking Friday, Saturday. and then you're home Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, home Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So, you know, there's ways.
Yeah, yeah, interesting. So you really like Boston, huh? You want to go back?
I would. Yeah. Just dope.
Does it have like a nice suburbia area like Chicago?
I think it does, dude. And I didn't even like I did an open mic, I think, but I didn't really explore it. But I heard there's like some really nice like Round Rock, Texas. And it's like 20, 30 minutes away from Austin. Heard it's like super nice. So yeah, there's a bunch of those. A bunch.
Because I think what's his name? The On It guy?
Oh, Aubrey Marcus?
Yeah, I think he lives on the outskirts, some lakes.
Yeah. There you go. Perfect.
Yeah, it's interesting. Because I don't think I would like to live right in there.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
Yeah, but I really want to check it out. Seems like there's a lot going on, a lot of cool people.
Yeah, it's definitely a vibe.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it, bro.
All right,
All right.
bro.
All right. Pleasure potting with you. I'm gonna leave the thing and I'm gonna watch the second half of this European Championship game.
All right, bro. Who you got?
I saw it's 1-1 right now, England versus Netherlands going into halftime.
England always loses though, don't they?
I'm rooting for Netherlands, bro. Like England is they fucking they beat someone in penalties to advance here. Was it maybe? Yeah, it's 1-1 halftime, dude. So we'll see. I'm rooting for Netherlands. Maybe it'll be a penalty shootout, whatever. It'll be interesting.
All right, bro. Thanks for potting also, and yeah, we'll check in on the our goals so we can start
Yes, yeah, I'll
getting
text you.
out
Sounds good, brother.
later, homie.
Peace.